What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Hanging High podcast. Now, you may be wondering, where the fuck is Hannah? And honestly, I said the same thing. But they're doing stuff right now. We won't get into it. That'll be for later. My name's Boodle, and I'm the big sexy man. Who else
And,
do we
and
have
my
in here?
name is Jakey, aka Sexy Neighborhood Mother Lover. I about said YouTube Mother Lover.
YouTube mother lover. What
I
the hell?
don't know where that came from. But it's your sexy friendly neighborhood mother lover. So
Dude.
um and we're going to do this the best we can
Mhm.
without Hannah here because it seems like every time like we do stuff and it's just two people. It don't flow well. So apologies for everybody watching this. If
Listen,
this is a little bit less interesting than before, we apologize and we hope you'll forgive us.
I
And I love
really,
you.
I really want to just talk about because I mean we talk about One Piece, but we don't really go as in depth. So that's
Well,
definitely something
Boodle,
we want to talk about since
so
Hannah's not here.
yeah, so why don't you like tell us what started One Piece with you?
So, God, I don't even remember what year it was. It was like right. I think it was like in like mid 2019. I had just finished watching Naruto Shippuden, and I was looking for another show to watch. And Naruto's pretty fucking long. It was a slog to get through. I'm sorry. I liked some of Naruto. It's just, holy fuck. That was
Mhm.
rough to get through. I was like, well, what's another long show that's been going on for a while? Because I was like, if I can get through Naruto, I can get through anything at this point. I was like, fuck it. What's the longest anime right now? One Piece. And I watched, like, I remember because what I would do, I would watch it at night, like before I go to bed.
Mhm.
And I would watch like 2 episodes a night, just keeping a good pace, because that's what I did with Naruto too. I just watched 2 episodes a night, try to keep a good pace, and then I was done. Eventually, it got to where I would be watching it when I wasn't like about to go to bed. I'd be watching it like at work during
Mhm.
breaks or whenever I had the chance. I'd be like, man, I'm not playing anything. I really want to watch more One Piece, and that normally doesn't happen to me with shows. And that's what made me think, like, oh shit, this might actually be one of my favorite things ever. Because
Yeah.
it
Well,
completely took over my life during I think when COVID started, that's when it really picked up because
yeah.
I wasn't
Well,
doing anything. So
yeah. Well, that's an interesting take on it as well. I think, um, and I there was a couple of shows that I got into,
mhm.
whenever COVID happened, and unfortunately, I just never been really an anime guy.
Yeah.
So, but we'll get into that more after we go through our week. Um, because I'm very excited to have this discussion with Boodle,
Yeah.
because I feel like we can go a lot more in depth with everything, and I can kind of touch a little bit on like my interpretation of details in the
Mhm.
arc as well, or like
Dude.
in arcs.
Dude, yeah.
Um, so Boodle, why don't you tell us what you did this week? Did you do anything fun?
Um, honestly, I it's about the same as what I did last week. I went to work and played Zelda a lot.
Dude,
Um,
hell yeah.
I'll get into Zelda later because I haven't really like went in depth with it because I don't think you really care about the game, so that's why I haven't really been talking about it with you.
Well, I
um,
mean, it's not that I don't care about the game because I've always liked The Legend of Zelda's. It's just I I haven't played a Legend of Zelda game that like immerses me as much as Wind Waker.
yeah,
Like Wind Waker was, I don't know if it's just because of nostalgia or what, but
yeah,
that is has always been my favorite Legend of Zelda game.
yeah. I really want to play it. At this point, I may just get play it.
You don't gotta, yeah.
Dude, I'm gonna pirate the game. Fuck you, Nintendo. But I played
Dude,
on
no,
Dolphin
Booty,
or
you gotta
something.
cut that out. You
Dude, I don't
gotta
give a
cut that
fuck.
out.
They can eat my whole ass, dude.
Oh, okay, okay.
Everybody hates Nintendo, but they make good games sometimes, so it's whatever.
But I mean, and then obviously you had, we watched a couple episodes of One Piece,
Dude, yeah.
as well too. Um, Anything else exciting
Um,
happen?
I'm trying to think. There was something.
Well,
What
there
was
was
it?
one thing, but I'll talk about that on my end. There we go.
Oh, dude, fucking
Yeah, the one game, but I'm
Warhammer.
gonna. Oh yeah,
You
I
gonna
guess two
interrupt
things
me,
then.
motherfucker? Damn.
Yeah, motherfucker, I'm gonna goddamn.
Listen,
Yeah.
Warhammer 40K Bolt Gun came out, and that was a game I was like, you know what, this is gonna be a fun little game just to chill out and fuck around on. And sure enough, it is. I haven't gotten through all of it yet, but it's Doom, but it's Warhammer, and I like it. It's pretty good.
Yes, sir. No gap.
Wait, how do I got that? Oh, dude.
You should have that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I don't know how that's gonna look. Wait, what?
So
Oh, okay.
but anyways, so is that all for your week?
Um, pretty much. It's sad to say. I mean, I've been lifting some still. I
Getting
took
some
a break
gains.
yesterday. I took a break yesterday. I'm gonna do some more later tonight. But I feel really. I hate squats, but that's what I'm trying to do more, and it sucks.
Yeah, that's gonna make your booty big.
Dude, I'm getting back what I lost. Also, I like. This may just be like, haha, whoa, I'm lifting now. I'm like getting crazy, but like I feel like my muscles starting to form here, and it feels nice.
Yeah, it's really funny because I've been talking with this one of my coworkers, and he's going to get surgery on his shoulder probably next month,
Really?
because it's like I think he's got a torn rotator cuff, and I think his shoulder is like popped out.
Mm-hmm.
But see, the reason they can't pop it back in is because his rotator cuff's torn, right?
Oh.
It would just pop back out. Um, but um, but me and him were talking, and I think I am going to get a gym membership and start going before and after work,
Mm.
just to try and get some gains going,
Yeah.
lose a little weight, and you know, ultimately just trying to stay in good health,
Dude, there you
you
go.
know.
Dude,
Um,
I've
but
been.
yeah,
I honestly, it's just been. I have been getting chicken and healthy snacks,
dude,
and that's it, really.
Scooby Doo fruit snacks,
Dude, honestly, yeah. And then, dude,
yeah.
I have the box back there. I just got a new box of these at Sam's Club, but the Outshine bars, dude, them shit slap. I just had a grape one earlier, dude. That shit was good.
Hell yeah.
But those have been helping out a lot too. But I think I went over that already. But it's
Yeah.
whatever. That's pretty much been it for me. What about you?
Me, just working.
Yeah.
I mean that's really about it, honestly. Between One Piece and the games we've been playing like GTA.
Mm.
I actually gifted Boodle a game called Deep Rock Galactic,
Oh yeah, dude.
and so we only played it for like how long? Like an hour? Maybe we should do that in Piece tonight. We should play some Deep Rock and see if
I'm
Ollie.
gonna be honest. I can't, just because I got to go in at 11.
You son of a bitch.
Oh no, I was talking to my mom about that. I was like, I thought I told you, but no. She was asking me like what time I get off, and I was like, well, I get off at 5 because I gotta go in at 11, and yeah, but I'll be home earlier tomorrow, so we could play some if you're
Gotcha.
home early.
Well, maybe. But yeah, so we played that for like maybe an hour, two
Dude,
hours.
yeah,
We did our first little like dungeon,
yeah.
and
I think I want to try
but
the driller next, cause I,
so I would recommend trying the gunner because that one's like just straight up support.
dude, but
And
you're
I'll be
playing the gun.
scout.
You're
No,
not
but
playing
I
the gun,
can be scout. I got a level 25 scout. So like
dude.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
All right, I might have to do that actually. That'll be my
yeah.
first one, and then I'll worry
No,
about that later.
the gunner is actually really good. It's just it's really really unfortunate because you don't get as much movement, but you still get like the grappling or not grappling hooks, like the zip lines that you can still
Yeah,
go up,
yeah. I see.
and those things are actually really handy because you can like suspend yourself like over like like if you're in a big cavern, you can just like suspend yourself and be fine.
Yeah.
Like whenever the bugs are coming in, that's what I was doing whenever we were playing.
Oh yeah, I saw that. You're like just slowly going across the lines and
Yeah, and then
shooting
just
shit.
shooting everything that I could see with
Yeah.
my chain gun. But yeah, no, that game's really fun. I had a lot of fun playing it on Xbox with one of my other good friends, Hayden.
Yeah.
Shout out to you, Hayden. Love you, brother.
Dude, hell
I
yeah.
hate that we don't get to talk as much, but love you.
Does he know about the
Um,
podcast?
he does know about the
The
podcast. I've actually,
podcast.
yeah, I actually, I don't know if he has subscribed or if he's like followed one of our things, but he's like, oh yeah, I watched the podcast the other night or something like that, and just you know,
Hell yeah.
but yeah, no, a shout out to him. Really good friend of mine. Miss him a lot. But yeah,
Dude.
so yeah, so other than that though, like I said, we didn't really do much.
Yeah.
Just worked. I worked. Um, I mowed my fucking grass on Sunday
Dude.
last week, and dude, I'm gonna tell you this. I have never really been like one of those guys who's just like, oh yeah, my yard looks way better than like other people's yards.
Yeah.
But holy shit, I did like the best job I've ever done on mowing
Dude.
last week, and I was just like, dude, I couldn't stop looking at it. I was super proud of it.
Dude.
Um,
We're like
and
King of the Hill, but like modern.
I, proud of it.
Dude, this
Well,
is what it is right here. This is King
yeah,
of the Hill, but modern.
dude, I got the Hank Hill Dumpy, bro. What you talking about?
Dude, true. Yeah. Who would I be? Would I be Bill?
Yeah, you'd be Bill because you're bald.
Yeah, and depressed.
No, I know a couple Dales.
Dude. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Dales too. Jesus Christ.
So, but that was basically my week. Just work. Didn't get a day off throughout the week, and that was kind of tough. Just because working 6 days where you're just like constantly just you know driving towards something as far as like sales goes.
Mhm.
Like it gets a little frustrating. Like for me, I have to have like a good little mind rest, like before I feel like refreshed.
Yeah.
And sometimes these 6 day work weeks in sales is like pretty rough. For reference, there's other dealerships that are actually open on Sunday and they do like a 7 day, work week,
Yeah.
but their hours are usually like less than what ours is, and they're also still getting 2 days off within the week.
Yeah.
So, but other than that, like I said, I'm just thankful to be able to you know
Yeah,
have
but
good
work
friends.
and
To have good friends to get me through the week.
Dude, true, honestly.
We had a lot of fun on GTA those 3 nights.
Dude, yeah, that was pretty fun. It was
Yeah.
just mayhem the whole time, which is the best part about it.
Yes, and yeah, but anywho, but yeah, that was basically about my week. So let's get back into the One Piece. Because I know you mentioned that it was like a couple years ago during COVID.
Dude, yeah.
That was actually a couple years in COVID was when we started. What did we start, Boodle?
What?
I'll give you a hint. It's an anime.
Attack on Titan? We did? Oh shit,
Yeah.
that was a while ago, Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, dude.
I mean, it was like we finished it. We finished it like my first. So it was actually in the middle of COVID in 2021.
Really? Okay.
Because that was after like I finished my PC. I remember me, you, and James watched it a bunch.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah,
You
that's
know.
been a bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah,
But
Attack on Titan is a good anime, but
yeah,
One Piece, I like One Piece a lot.
yeah.
Like I'm
It,
starting to get references and everything now,
yeah.
and it's interesting.
I cannot wait because so for reference, we're like in the tail end of
Innie's Lobby.
Innie's Lobby right now. So I think yeah, Sanji just came in and kicked a motherfucking dog. Okay, I forgot his name. I'm sorry. I don't know every character's name. Um, and that's where it left off. We're watching the One Piece edit, of course. That's like a whole thing. I feel like we've went into it before, but
Mhm.
that's where we are right now. I'm excited for you to get to. It's not the next arc, but the arc right after it. You are not gonna expect anything that's gonna happen in that arc, and you're gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on?"
Oh,
And
really?
it's just every arc after that, you're just like, "What the fuck? What the fuck?"
How far away are we from time skip? I ask him this question periodically, just
Yeah,
because like I've heard like
it's
so
like you know
much.
it's happening. Like I got spoiled on that like immediately. I was like, "Yeah, I know there's a time skip, dude." All
Yeah,
right.
like I've seen Usopp, like maybe one of Usopp's like older models,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, dude, Usopp's a man,
All right.
you
So
know?
let me count. So right now, I'm going by One Pace, the One Pace website. So technically, we have like another arc after this, and then the arc after, and then the arc I really want you to see. So
Oh,
there's a little bit longer. Um, so we're in Innie's lobby. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7.
seven
Which
arcs.
it sounds like a lot. There's some
That's
in
not a
here that are
lot.
short.
Yeah.
If we're talking about like full length arcs, and I mean like past like 15 episodes, we're at. See, the next big one is gonna be this one, which that's next after. There's one.
And so I think I might have
I'll count
mentioned, but
those two.
after time skip, I think that we I should start watching them all in a little bit.
Four. There's like
Like as far as One Piece.
in terms of like full on like episode count, it would be the equivalent of like 5 arcs, maybe
Gotcha. Okay.
like 5 full length arcs equivalent. And then the first arc back with time skip, I do want to watch with you.
Okay.
Because I think you'd like it. It's technically like 2 arcs, but there's like a 3 episode catch up arc, and then they go into the main ship. So after that, dude, I think it would be best because there's an arc that you're gonna be watching where you're just like, I just want to like binge this and get the story done, dude.
Is that Cake Island?
No, it's Dressrosa.
Dressrosa. Okay.
Yeah, Whole Cake
I,
is like that for some people. I was like, I can handle it.
yeah. Well, so I think like a couple, maybe I wouldn't even say a couple months ago, maybe a year ago or something. I remember Ollie or Noah saying something about Whole Cake Island or something.
It is a bit to get through, but there's a lot of fun stuff in Whole Cake, and I think it was okay. The ending's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then Wano, I mean, I swear, anytime a new episode comes out, fucking Twitter is shitting their pants.
Yeah, and it's very hard for me to avoid
Dude,
spoilers.
yeah, like I'm sorry, I had to show Jacob the fucking Zoro King fight because that shit
Dude, that
was like a
shit was
movie.
epic.
That
That
was
shit was epic.
that's what I'm saying. Like, Jacob hasn't even seen some of the like good animation in the old arcs.
Which fight was it in Water 7 that had me pogging? I can't
It
remember.
was the Blue Note one, I believe, where you're just
Oh
like,
yeah.
yeah, where
Yeah,
Luffy goes
Bluno.
Gear 2 for the first time, dude, he's just like, whoa, I'm epic. I think it actually might be in post time skip, but it was like it was in Whole Cake, but it's like older animation compared to like Wano, because Wano's like a completely different art style. It feels like
Well, Wano's been out for like 2 years now, right? I
in the
think we
anime.
talked about
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah. It's
Dang,
been
that's
out for a
crazy.
bit.
That's
I haven't
crazy.
watched any of the movies just because they aren't really like canon. So I was like, I don't really feel like watching it if it doesn't matter to the story. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, and see, me and you had that discussion a while back that like whenever, because I wanted to binge One Piece so hard whenever it was like a slow day at work,
Oh yeah.
and just like put some of it on like while I was working a little bit, and Boodle was like, "Oh, why don't you watch a movie?" And I was like, "Well, holy shit, I didn't think about that."
Dude, I cannot wait. Okay, so there's like multiple reasons why I'm excited for you to get to a certain arc because there's a character that you're gonna like, and then there's a lot of moments that you're gonna be like, "What the fuck?" And it's a
Is
character that we know, and I'm not gonna tell you yet.
oh, that
But
we already know?
and you're gonna be
Is it
like, "Oh my god, they're back!"
is it Kobe?
Dude, I can neither confirm nor deny anything. It is a character that you know. It could be any of them, and I do mean that it could be any of them.
And dude, if it was Kobe, that'd be cool.
It would be pretty cool. I
Yeah.
agree. Um,
And
there's
now, how far
actually
away is that art?
it's like the arc like directly after this, and then
Oh,
a couple arcs from now.
oh.
So there's like two.
So is this the arc that you were telling me about for the bumper sticker that I saw yesterday?
It does have something to do with it, and I'm so pissed
Really?
about that. Yeah. Of all the ways
Oh,
to get spoiled on something, it was a
yeah,
fucking bumper
fucking
sticker.
bumper sticker. And you can even put that in the video
Oh, I
because
will. I'll be like,
yeah,
listen, like,
yeah. So for all of our listeners and our viewers, and I mean the viewers they'll get to see it, but for all of our listeners, it is a bumper sticker of Monkey D. Garp, right? And so I'll give you the story on it. Whenever I was driving home from work, I was in front of a Papa John's delivery driver, and or behind, sorry, and the and I'm just not really paying attention. We're at a red light, and I'm looking down at my phone. And next thing I know, the light turns green, and I'm like, wait, does that say Monkey D? What? That says
mm,
Monkey D, and I'm like, I wonder if it's Monkey D. Luffy, or something like that.
yeah.
And I get right up on the bumper sticker, and I'm like, dude, that says Monkey D. Garp. And so I call Boodle, and I'm like, dude, who is Monkey D. Garp? And he's like, why do you need to know this? I was like, dude, I see it on a bumper sticker. I know he's related to Luffy somehow. Who is Monkey D. Garp?
Dude, I was so mad
And he's
because
like,
you're so close to that too. You're so close. It pissed me
damn.
off. 'Cause I told Noah, I was like, dude, I'm so pissed. He got spoiled on something that was about to happen, and yeah, it's so bad. I hate it. It's like you can't even be mad too because no one fucking cares about One Piece. Like I've seen maybe like I had a guy come in work that actually noticed my lanyard and was like, "Oh, you watch One Piece?" I was like, "Yeah." We talked about it a bit. He's like, "Are you caught up?" I was like, "Dude, I am reading the manga every week," and that's when I read the manga every week. And now I'm like behind by like 20 or 30 chapters, I think. It has to be that many. But you know, it is
Yeah.
what it is.
So I think the really cool thing about One Piece is like, so the vibe of it reminds me of the old school like Pokemon, especially before they went HD.
Oh
Like
yeah,
the original Pokemon anime.
yeah,
I think I mentioned that
you
you,
did.
you or I think I mentioned that to you like one of the first episodes that we watched together.
You're like, dude,
I was
it's
like,
like
man, this reminds me
Pokemon,
of
dude.
Pokemon.
Yeah, it kind of
Yeah,
it does
and
give that vibe a lot. It
and
was
it was
making
really
it
funny
sound doing
because
it.
so it was really funny because I kept on hearing Nami's voice as fucking Misty's voice from Pokemon
Dude,
and like some of the earlier stuff, and I was like, dude, this is great. This is great.
dude, yeah.
Um, but also we got to Skypiea, believe it or not, has been like my favorite arc. Um, Water 7 Saga is good, and I like Water 7 Saga, but I need to see the conclusion before I can say, hey, this is my favorite arc,
I
because it's getting there.
I'm gonna
getting
be
there.
real. I really will be surprised, and it will be a controversial opinion if you like Skypiea more than Water 7 and Innie's Lobby.
Okay.
It will be
Well,
very
so
controversial.
but see, then again, we haven't got into like all the battles yet.
Yeah.
Like I know that Zoro fights Kaku, and I know that
Dude, I think we might
Luke.
watch it tonight. I think the episode that I'm like really excited for you to see with their fight is coming up soon. And
Oh, really? And
I'm
see, I know that
excited.
Luffy fights Lucci,
Yeah, dude.
and that's going to be interesting.
Yeah. Dude,
But
you got teased on Gear 3. You don't know what it is yet, but
oh, really?
yeah, remember? Because he was like,
Oh,
Gear
yeah, because
3rd,
he's
and
like,
he broke the door, but you don't know what he did because it was
yeah,
off screen. But there you go.
that's true.
Yeah.
But yeah, but I'll say this, like as far as like story building and world building, like Oda is a fucking genius. So you can confirm this or you can deny this, okay?
Yeah.
So the world government's flag, right?
Yeah.
It's supposed to represent the North Blue, the East Blue, the West Blue, and the South Blue, right?
I'm gonna have to Google
And
it.
then you have the Grand Line in between them, like connecting all of them, right?
Hold on.
Because I think that's what what's his face, the cunt boy, um, one who beats up on Robin, little
Spandam.
bitch.
Spandam.
Yeah, Spanda, fuck that hoe.
Yeah. Fucking hate that motherfucker. Uh. Okay. I don't think we really have an answer yet. Hold on.
Well, I thought that's what he
Yeah,
said.
it's like theory stuff right now. Still.
Oh, okay. Well, anyways, I'm pretty sure that's what Spanda said in the actual arc, but I just was like, that's really like funny because it is the world government, and so far
Yeah.
that the only places we know is the North Sea, the North Blue, the East Blue, the South Blue, and the West Blue, and then the Grand Line, and then everything else on the Grand Line, and then the seas is island, right? And so, yeah. I'm very excited to continue watching this thing. I told Boodle today, like, this has been a very like unsuspecting, like, it's hard to put in words, but it's like it's been really pleasantly like good,
Dude,
pleasantly surprising, I guess is how you'd say it.
there's a lot of like story stuff that I'm really gonna be interested to see how you like react to it, because things get a lot more deep the more it goes on, and you're like, oh, this means this. Like, there's been some stuff that characters have said, Jacob, that means something in like later arcs. I'm talking like Whole Cake. So like, there's something
Damn.
like one of the Straw Hats said that will mean something in Whole Cake, and you just don't even know what it is yet. And,
Dude.
you know, if you know, you know. If you watch One Piece, dude.
Yeah. Well, so next thing I'm going to talk about is one character that was in that video or that short that I sent you earlier, but it's not the one that you're expecting. So Jinbei.
Dude.
So
I swear, YouTube Shorts has been spoiling your ass on everything.
No, it's not. It hadn't been spoiling me because we talked about Jinbei before. Remember?
Yeah.
So this is why I brought him up, is because we're going to transition into D&D next.
Yeah.
But Jinbei, right?
Yeah.
Is like what I was trying to model my character off of off the D&D, and just kind of make him like a little interesting. But this is before I knew like what Jinbei did and like what he looked like. So I was like, because Buddha was like, "Oh, dude, there's this one fish man. His name's Jinbei, and he's really epic." And I'm like, "Oh, cool."
See, now keep in context. I didn't know Jacob was actually going to watch the show, so I was just like, "Yeah, Jinbei does this and this shit. Like, he's pretty cool." And then, sure enough, he gets into it, and I'm like, "I kind of wish I didn't tell you about Jinbei."
Yeah. But I don't know what he does. All I know is that he's a badass motherfucker, and apparently he's really strong. And but see, so I chose the priest, and then I was like, oh man, I really kind of want to redo my character, just because of that. But nah, Callisto is in hot water right now, boys.
Yeah.
Dude, this is not a good thing. So our One Piece, our D&D One Piece campaign was last night, which is Friday. So for the people watching this, when we upload it, it's Tuesday. This was last Friday, and we'll have a session coming up in 3 days from the day this airs, and it is very anticipated. So yeah, I'm gonna read this off of the One Piece important crew moments. Okay.
Here we go.
All right. So in the last episode of this podcast, I read off our session 9 notes. We're in Atlantis, and we caused a bit of commotion, and now we're being chased. Right.
Yeah.
So session 10 begins. The Below Zero pirates force their way into the locked red light district. The crew rests for 1 hour to regain some much-needed health. After resting, Locke had stealthily peeked out into the lobby/courtyard and discovered a big boss blue coat and 6 underlings. There was no other way to say this than Home Alone type plan.
Dude, we were crazy. We were like, all right,
Yeah.
we need to like lure them here. We're gonna put traps here, and then Ollie's character Ward has a devil fruit where they control stone, and what they're gonna do is there's like a little hallway that connects between one room and the other, and it's made out of stone. So what he was gonna do is just hydraulic press these motherfuckers as they were running through.
Yep.
And it worked. Most of the time, like we had to fight like 2 of them, but there were like 7 at the beginning, so it was like it was pretty crazy. And
I actually see a mess up on my end for this. I'll have to correct it, but continue.
Yeah, they hydraulic pressed some motherfuckers, and
Yeah.
we beat them pretty easily. And now, yeah. I mean, I'll let you continue because that's pretty much what happened there.
So you forgot to mention one thing, and that was our bait.
Oh yeah.
So Sango was the bait, and he screamed out for help to lure, like, help funnel guards in, and that's where we got the plan from. Because Ollie was like, "Oh yeah, let's funnel them in, and we can make them like a trap," you know.
Yeah.
And so in doing that, Ward actually crushed I think it was like 4 or 5 of the underlings.
Yeah.
With the trap, and only 2 of them lived. We killed the boss.
Yeah.
And yeah, but there was some more stuff that happened before the boss died and 2 more of the underling guards. Because remember, 2 underling guards died first, and then we split up.
We did.
So we split up into groups of 3 and 4. Callisto being my character, and Hugo go north into the maintenance area to look for a potential exit. That shit had me sketched out. Noah described it as a dark hallway with like not a lot of signs of life, and I'm like, this is kind of scary. And because I had a feeling that it was going to lead into the casino, and that was the like worst part about it, is because I was like, oh man, this is going to go back into the casino. But yeah, we went and checked that. Ward, Cole, Sango, and Locke stayed back to watch the entrance to the red light. It was really funny because like it actually worked out great. You guys having four people down there. Because if Locke would have came with us, you know, we would have had that would have taken like so many people off the front over there.
Yeah.
And it would have been interesting.
Dude.
But Callisto, Dante, and Hugo search around the casino loudly because we fucking failed our stealth checks. All 3 of us failed our stealth checks. um,
Yeah.
as the maintenance wing directly to the casino. They searched around until they found an office that was super dark, and later on in the campaign, you find out that actually that office was like the head honcho of the entire city was in that, and that was Gambino Jones. Um, and fucking Dante and Hugo, Toki and Chris, they were like, "Oh, we want to go in this office." And this is after I inspected it, and I was like, "Hey guys, it's empty." And then Noah's like, "Oh, here, let me. Since you rolled high enough, I'll let you know. You heard like a rustling sound in the dark office." And I'm like, "Yep, fuck that. We're not doing that." And they kept on wanting to go back and like push into it. And I'm like, "Dude, please, no." I just had a bad feeling about it. I had a bad feeling about it. But eventually we found an office with a camera. And it was really funny because apparently Callisto is a boomer that don't know how to operate a computer.
Literally.
Yeah, like, what's this button do?
Yeah.
Um, but let's see, where was I? Eventually we figured out that that the people were starting to push back in, and so we're like, okay, it's time to get out of here. So we ran back to our allies. We killed all the blue coats funneling in except for 2 underlings. And so whenever combat started, we still had some people who weren't like full health.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it ended up taking Ward down, didn't it? One of them took Ward down. I think
I don't think so.
unconscious. I think he went unconscious.
Well,
I'm pretty sure he did, but anywho, but all I know is that Boodle fucking Cole Boodle's character brutally crushed a blue coat's skull in with this fucking club.
Yeah. I was trying to do a
And
non-lethal attack, but I forgot to say it, so I just fucking had a big combo, just fucking boom, bash his fucking head in. But it's okay. We just needed one alive.
yeah, and so we kept the last one alive to interrogate and find a way out of Atlantis. And I can't remember who made the comment. Was it you that made the comment? As like who's the best Batman here?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, it should be you because you totally just fucked his. It's like fuck that dude
Now
up.
talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, well, he's looking for somebody who can do Batman. And I said, where is she? Where is Rachel?
No,
Yeah. That was some, like, pure comedy, but anyways, we kept the last one alive, and we were trying to find a way out, and he led us to this like shady market on like a eastern part of the town, and we quit. So us being, the smart particles that we are, we ran in behind them, and to our surprise, there was no swords greeting us there. But this is where our story goes sideways. So let's see. So he quickly ran inside a clothes and linen store where we met a frail old lady and a man cosplaying as an angel named Santana. That was a joke. He's an angel. He's something. He's some supernatural being.
Mm-hmm.
But Callisto talked to the stranger because that's who Callisto is. He's kind of like a weird social butterfly.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he's very shy around people that like look colorful, but like if you wear the same color as him, he'll be like, "Hey, like you. What's your name?" And yeah. So the shopkeep told us where the blue coat had fled to, which was actually in her building. That it was like a changing room, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And so all of us rushed down to the changing room trying to get this motherfucker out. And next thing we know, we open the door, and
Well, we go
all
to
of us
open
except
the door. We didn't.
we
even
go
open
to we go to open the door, and then all but 3 of our crew members fall down, and that was Ward, Dante, and Hugo, and we were all unconscious.
Yeah.
So Santana, this mystery man, and revealed that he was the cause of it, right? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I don't like conflict, so I don't want you to do that. And so Ollie's sitting there having a fucking cup of tea with them, just like, oh yeah, so these are our friends. Like, why are you, like, is there any way to, stop this, or what can we do? What can we do here?
Yeah.
and at that point, so Santana kept on looking at my character Callisto, and I was foaming from the mouth and appeared hotter than I usually was. Right? Whenever I say hotter, I mean like I'm visibly like my skin's red from how hot I am. Right? And and so we're like, okay. He's like, oh yeah, that guy's a follower of death, isn't he? And just kind of walks off without saying anything else. And
Yeah, he just says, "Oh, yeah, he's a follower of death." So
yeah, and then he just walks off, and everybody's just like, "What the fuck?" And then everybody starts to regain consciousness, except for Callisto. And everybody, it was really funny because everybody was just like panicking, right? And I was just RPing, being silent. And I'll be honest with you, like a tear came to my eye a little bit because I was like, "Dude, is this really how Callisto dies?"
Dude, yeah.
Like, this is crazy. And like the crew was panicking, like, oh, what if we do this? What if we do this? None of it was working. And eventually they discovered a black flame on Callisto's chest that was in line with his heart. And it was really weird because it would like, wouldn't it like catch something on, like it wouldn't catch stuff on fire, but like it was still there.
Yeah,
Or something like that.
It was like it wouldn't come off of you. Like it was a flame that wouldn't go out, and then we were just like trying to figure out what the fuck to do because like if it's something that we can't save you from, we have to figure it out because we at least want to try to like save you if it's something,
Dude, I really hope it is, but but anyways, so after that happens, everybody's in fucking pure state of panic, and I'm RPing, just being silent and just laughing because I think it was like somebody tried to like check my pulse or something like that, or like feel my skin. Somebody said, "Can I feel his skin?" And I was like, "Ooh, I love the way you touch my body." And that was whenever I had to break RP, but I was RPing that shit super good, dude.
Dude,
RP did.
I was like, everybody was like, "Why is Jacob so silent?" And I was like, "Dude, he's RPing being dead." And they're like, "Oh." Because I just think you're dead. I'm gonna be real. I just think you're dead.
I really hope not.
I really do. Because...
But, see, there's got to be a way to bring me back into the fold, though.
Dude, I don't know. Because, like...
I bet you what's going to happen is like, that's going to be the next person we fight. But we're going to have some help. I think we're going to get, like, some pirate to come help us out and beat him. And then he's going to fix me, basically.
Dude, yeah, take that flame out of you, and then you'll be back to normal, hopefully.
Yeah. Be normal Callisto.
Yeah.
But after that happened, the crew had decided, they're like, oh yeah, we need to get the fuck out of here and get to the ship. Like ASAP. Like find a way to get out of here. Like ASAP. And then Noah was like, okay, in session.
And yeah, it didn't sound like a lot happened, but that whole like setting up the traps and shit, that took like forever to set up. And it was worth it because that was a cool little thing.
Also, what sucked is that like the funny part about it was this wasn't even planned.
Yeah,
like,
we did something he didn't expect us to do, and it was just like, that's just D&D. Now, next session, it's gonna be like, oh, okay, now we really gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and I guess I'm just gonna have to be silent the whole game.
I'm wondering how that's gonna work.
Maybe like I can speak to you from the afterlife or something.
Dude, like Obi-Wan.
Yeah. Use the Force, Cole.
That's what I'm saying. You should be like a Force ghost.
Yeah.
On the ship, dude.
On the ship.
Just be like there for advice, or just like, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's basically about One Piece. About all the One Piece D&D. We're having a lot of fun with this, and this is like really interesting. and like I've had so much fun doing this. Like me and Boodle have wanted to play D&D since like we were in high school,
Yeah.
and we never got a chance to. So it's one of those things where it's just like, oh yeah, we're finally getting to do it, and it's actually just having fun with a really really cool group of people. You know,
Yeah,
so
honestly, I've been doing a lot of things I thought I'd never get to do. Like, it's kind of off topic, but I mean, we kind of finished with D&D talk, right?
hmm
Dude, I never thought I would get into WoW. I never thought I'd get into it again, but this was like last year. I hit 60, and I've never done that naturally. And it was on like current WoW because 60 is the level cap again, I think, still.
really,
But yeah, I hit max level, and I was like, shit, epic. The whole like weight loss shit, like, bro, this is wild to me. This loose skin stuff. I mean, look at this
you're a
shit,
wild man,
dude. It's like a right angle. Look at me.
dude.
Do you see it?
Have you ever been right angled
Dude, look at
in
it.
front of the whole school?
I never thought I'd be able to like lose enough to where I can visibly see this kind of change.
Yeah,
Um,
it changes your perspective, but see, the
yeah,
problem is, well, I wouldn't say the problem. It's just you gotta basically focus on how good it's making you feel and just keep chasing it.
dude, yeah.
You know?
Um, I'm I've already brought it up like I don't know how many times now, but I'm working on the weights now. I started that like last week, I guess.
hmm
So that's been pretty good. It's just I don't know. I'm trying to get more out of my comfort zone with stuff, not just in like entertainment and games, but like
hmm
life stuff too. I mean, I got my own apartment. That was like the first step of that. Um, it's been nice. I've been trying to work on myself a lot more. Um, but completely different topic. But I never talked about Zelda really in depth, and I've been playing that a shit ton.
Yeah. Well, I think we can move into gaming. So I know that yours is going to take up a little bit, right?
Yeah, let's talk about Deep Rock.
Okay.
Cock.
So Deep Rock Galactic, which, like I said, me and you've only played an hour, like an
Mm-hmm.
hour or 2 hours. Deep Rock Galactic is a super fun game, and actually, it was really funny. So the reason I have it on PC is because Ollie gifted it to me,
Yep.
and he was like, "Oh yeah, this is a gift," and I was like, "Oh really?" And he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "Okay, cool, I got you a gift." And if come to find out that he he meant to gift it to you, Boodle.
What?
Deep Rock Galactic,
Really?
and I told him I was like, "Yeah, I'll just do it for you. It's no big deal."
Dude, that's funny.
Um, but yeah. So Deep Rock Galactic, it's really fun. You play as a dwarf in space,
Yeah.
going on mining missions,
Yeah.
mining valuable and precious ores and fossils and different type of plants to brew buffs.
Mm-hmm.
Which, by the way, I don't know if you knew that. So whenever you have those beers at
Mm-hmm.
the counter, right? Remember how we were drinking
Yeah.
beers? Those are actual. There are some that are actually buffs that give you buffs throughout the whole.
Dude, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
whenever you get into higher levels, though, you also access like something called deep dives, and deep dives are basically like raids, like World of Warcraft raids, like
Dude.
on release. They're super long. My buddy and I did one for like I think it was 4 hours, 4 or 5 hours, just doing that. And the amount of money we got and amount of XP we got was just fucking crazy.
I'm gonna be real. Don't think I could do that, but that's cool.
Well, no, but see, it's different if you do it with a group of four. And see, that's what we
Oh,
were doing. That's what we were doing. And see, so that's what I was gonna say. Maybe you and Ollie, and if Noah has it, we can play.
that'd be pretty cool.
We can all play, and that would be really cool.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah,
I
Deep
like
Rock Galactic.
it. It's just something that I need to set aside time for. It's just because they take so long to finish. I'm basing it on that one mission we did. It just takes so long to finish one round of it. It's just like, all right, I can either do another one, or I can get, you know,
You know what I just thought of?
what,
A good way to describe it.
what.
It's like Minecraft meets Lord of the Rings meets Warhammer Dark Tide. If you think about it,
It kind of is. Yeah.
because it is basically the same game as Warhammer Dark Tide, and you have customizable classes as well.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of Dark
That
Tide, I've been really wanting to get back into that, but it's been having a lot of bad publicity, and no one wants to play it anymore.
yeah. I
It's
hope
really
that's not
depressing.
how Warhammer games start going. Because honestly, I'll say this, and this has been really really bothering me too, is that there's never been really, other than the Shadow of War games, which isn't even like actual Lord of the Ring canon.
Yeah, it's
There has
just
never been a great lore accurate Lord of the Rings game.
yeah. I
I mean,
I don't
you
know.
have the games on the PS2 and the PS3,
Yeah,
but those are literally like following the same premise as the movie, and some details are changed.
yeah. Um, I saw. I don't know if this is still like being rumored, but apparently Amazon's making a Lord of the Rings MMO.
And that would be cool. That would be
Yeah.
cool. But at the same time, I'm kind of worried. Didn't Amazon have like a big MMO that just came out?
New World, yeah, it still gets updates. I just don't really care. It didn't look like
Yeah.
something I'd play. Like the
Um.
only two MMOs I've been able to be like really into is Final Fantasy and World of Warcraft. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm open to try more though, but
I've never been really an MMO guy. I World of Warcraft was fun whenever I was like in middle school and in high school, like I guess early high school, because that's whenever you and Brendan played. Um, but I don't know, it was just never the same. It was really funny because Boodle always liked the Alliance and I always liked the Horde,
yeah,
and I never liked playing Alliance, and
yeah.
Boodle never liked playing Horde. So
I like Horde. It's just I only really like playing as like the orcs. I
well,
think
see,
all the other races are kind of bleh.
I like playing as the Blood Elves. The Blood
Blood Elves are
Elves,
pretty cool. Yeah.
and the Undead too. The Undead people
They're
are
pretty
cool.
cool. I get if I make like a caster on Horde, I'll make it undead because that looks cool.
Yeah, yeah. No, if you may do like a Warlock, Undead Warlock, those things are cool.
Dude, yeah.
I had an Undead Priest. It was really kind of funny.
Dude, hell yeah.
Um, and I think I named him like Ozzy something just because I was like, oh yeah, this is the king or the priest of darkness, just trying to
It,
go off like Ozzy Osbourne.
see, it's weird for me because I feel like when I was younger, I didn't get WoW. Like I didn't understand what made it fun. But
Yeah.
now that I'm older, I get it. So it's kind of weird. It's the same thing for like Final Fantasy because like I played it like a while back a little bit and I was like, it's not really my thing. And then I played it now and I'm just like, shit, this is fun. I think
See,
partially it has to do with like I had people to play it with and it made it
yeah.
better and they taught me the game more. So I don't
See,
know.
so the funny thing about it for me is that like whenever I was playing it whenever I was a kid, I was grinding with somebody. Like he was grinding his character, and Boodle was like, I'm out on World of Warcraft, kind of like what I am right now. Me and another buddy from school, we would always like grind together, and we hit level 90, which this was in Mist of Pandaria, which is 90 was max level. We hit 90 together, and literally the next month, fucking Warlords of Draenor came out,
I remember that.
and
Yeah.
and I was like so fucking hyped. Did that shit, and it was really funny because like I would get to like a level, I think it was 100. No, I got to level 97, and then I was just like, man, this is kind of boring.
Yeah.
Like the vanilla. I would say what they classify vanilla World of Warcraft, Mist Pandaria and down. That will always be the best World of Warcraft, like Lich King, Wrath of Lich King, or let's see, Wrath of Lich King, Burning Legion, and then the let's see, Wrath of Lich King, Burning. What was the third one? There was a third one there too, and I can't remember what the name of it was, but yeah, those expansions are always really good, and I enjoy doing the raids from those just because it has like OG World of Warcraft like stuff. Like I remember doing a specific raid whenever I was playing it by myself, like a little bit after me and Brennan like started or stopped, hanging out. Um,
Yeah.
and it was the raid to get Gorehow, which is Gromash Hellscreen's axe.
Bruh. Yeah.
And I remember I got it, and it was like I think it's like a 5% drop,
Yeah.
and I got it, and I was like, "Fuck yes!" I could stop because I'd done it like, a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Like I'd waited weeks upon weeks to get that axe, and I got it, and I was so freaking excited, and I made an orc, and I transferred that to that orc's account, and then I transferred that orc to the Alliance when we recently played, and yeah.
I I like I like MMOs now. Another reason that I just thought of is I found what playstyle I like the most. And it's something I was always afraid to try. I fucking love tanking, dude. It's so fun. Cuz all I
See,
do like in Final Fantasy, my class, I can just literally like do some force shit and pull people towards me and just like make them want to fight me. It just feels cool to like have everybody attacking you, but like I'm not dying.
yeah.
It's really cool.
I did tank on my touring for a little bit whenever I was going through my original playthrough of that. And then let's see. But the one that I really clicked with the most, believe it or not, was actually healer
Really?
on World
That's
of
funny.
Warcraft. Yeah, like I was a damn good healer. Like me and my clan, we would do raid groups every like I think Saturday, and I was always the healer.
There you go.
um, and it was really cool. Unfortunately, I never got any cool drops from it, and it only lasted for like three weeks.
Yeah.
And then everybody was like, "Oh yeah, we can't do this. I can't do this on this day anymore." Yada yada yada. Life got in the way, stuff like that.
Gotcha. I
Um, but eventually that clan ended up being dissolved,
oh
apparently, because the last time, like the most recent time we played that game, I didn't have the guild, and I looked it up, and for some reason it's not there anymore.
oh shit. That's not good. I was gonna say something. Yeah, with WoW, cause like I played Final Fantasy, and that's when I first tanked. I was like, you know what, I want to try something different, and try to get into an MMO. Sure enough, it clicked like immediately. And I have a video on my YouTube channel of me like going through the MSQ in that game, which is like the main story quest. That was another thing I appreciated. They just had like a linear storyline you can get through, and it leveled you up. Made everything a lot more easy to understand for me because I was stupid. Doing that helped me, and I was like, well, I liked Final Fantasy. Let me take what I understood from that and apply it to WoW.
World, yeah.
What I did, I played. I think I played Warrior up until level 50 something, and then I went to Death Knight and I leveled that up, and I fucking loved it. That shit was fun. And I do want to get back into it again at some point, but I think I want to get back into Final Fantasy first, just because I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah. Well, I think I'm gonna continue my vacation from World of Warcraft and just keep on doing me.
It'd be funny to see you try to play Final Fantasy. Because everybody, like, Ollie plays it,
You know,
Noah
the
plays it, Kyle plays it sometimes. Like, everybody
yeah.
in our group plays it.
You know what's really funny about that though is
What?
that you gifted me that game,
I
and I
did.
was unable do to actually claim that game through Ubisoft or whatever.
Really?
Yeah, I was unable to claim it.
The fuck? Hold on. I want to see something, actually. How much is this game?
But
It's $20 on Steam.
no, don't do it.
I wasn't gonna buy it. I'm just like, why didn't I buy it through Steam? I was wondering that. Like, why did I do it that way then? You could
No.
probably get it. It's just, I don't know. They do. I don't like that they have a separate launcher, but it's whatever. That's like one thing I don't like about it.
Yeah. So I know you're wanting to talk about Legend of Zelda, so why don't you
Dude,
go ahead and move
yeah.
into that?
So listen, this fucking game, dude. I bought this case when I got my first Switch. This is the most I've gotten use out of this since this game came out. I've been bringing this to work because I don't really have time to play it at home as much as I'd like to. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm gonna try to do all of like the side stuff I want to while I'm playing at work. And then like big stuff like main story and shit, I want to try to do it at home. This is what my link look like right now. If you can see it on the screen there, dude.
Drippy.
It's
That's
cool.
really
The main thing that I'm really appreciating about this, it's the same map, but a lot of shit is different now. And it feels weird because I'll be like, oh wait, isn't this supposed to be here? And it's just like something completely different now. Another thing, I love that you get to build shit in this. I've been making some weird vehicles just for fun, just because I want to like mess around with it. You can make some wild shit in this, and not just like the penises that you've been seeing on like Twitter and shit. I've seen
That's
people
my
make like fucking AC-130s.
favorite. Oh my god.
It's insane. It's so fun, and you have to like. It uses up battery energy, and you start out with one battery cell, and you have to upgrade it to be able to use your machines for longer periods of time. And that shit's a grind.
Oh really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, you can make like flying machines. You can make like there's an item that I found. It homes in on enemies, and you can put stuff on it. So you can have it like. You can have like a weapon on top of it, and it'll shoot at enemies, and then your battery will run down as it goes. It's really cool. Story so far is pretty cool. It's weird. I'm not very far into it. A lot of what I've seen so far is just kind of like surface level stuff. I haven't seen Ganon yet. I know he's in it. I just haven't really seen him besides the first like part of the game.
Yeah. Dude, and Matthew Mercer's voicing Ganon.
Fucking Mercer!
Dude, the first cutscene, by the way, that shit felt epic. Because, well, I guess the first section of the game. Because it's basically the first trailer that came out for the game. And that's what the intro to the game is. You awaken Ganon, but he's like all frail and shit. And he's just like, oh, I'm fucking epic. And that's when the game starts. You get sent into the sky, and then Zelda, we don't know where the fuck she is. And then it just teaches you how to play the game and what's different in it. You can merge shit together.
Whoa.
I can take... So what you could do, you could find sticks. I can apply, like, parts of monsters to it and make it cool weapons. Like, if you put a lizard tail on one, it, like, curls up, and it makes a whip. And you can, like, fucking... You can whip shit. It's really funny.
Dude.
You can make epic swords too, because like some animals have like really spiky horns and like sharp ones, and you can make like katanas and shit with it.
Dude, katana.
Dude, I wanna like.
Oh, speaking of katana, dude.
Fucking
Mortal Kombat 1. Dude, Mortal Kombat 1 is coming. And it looks fucking good. I don't know if we talked about this last time.
We didn't, but you know, well, no, we did because we showed Hannah the trailer.
Yeah, Oh, that's right. Yeah, I remember now. But yeah, that dude, I can't wait for that game. I'm
Yeah,
gonna buy it.
I still have
Oh,
11. Like I tried to get James to like learn it because he's like the he likes fighting
didn't
games now, and I was like, oh, maybe you'd like Mortal Kombat, and then we just never played it.
didn't James like used to like wreck our assholes with that?
What?
Like, who was the guy who would always whoop our ass with damn Shao Kahn? We had one of your friends that would always whoop our asses.
It's probably Jake, maybe.
That might have been it. That sounds
I'm
right.
thinking, yeah, because I know he was in like Injustice and Mortal Kombat too. But
Dude, I'll download Mortal Kombat if you download it.
let's see how big it is first, because
We'll
that's
do the
one thing
classic.
I don't know what it is with like Western developers. They don't know how to fucking condense games. It's
Yeah.
it's there's no reason why there should be that many fucking that it shouldn't be that much space to take up. It's 116 gigabytes
Dude,
for MK11, and I have all the DLCs, so
oh yeah.
I just never
So
really got into it, unfortunately.
so it's really funny because every time we've played Mortal Kombat, we've played. There's been two main characters that we all me and you always gravitate towards.
Yeah, Sub Zero and fucking Scorpion, dude.
Scorpion. So Boodle is like better at Scorpion than I am. Well, that is until Mortal Kombat 11. I was pretty good with Scorpion in
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat
I
11.
didn't. Yeah, I wasn't. I don't know. I'm
But
not really
in
good at
Mortal
Mortal
Kombat
Kombat.
in Mortal Kombat 10, Boodle was like a lot better with Scorpion.
Yeah, that's when I played.
Like,
I played MK9 a lot, and I was like, dude, I fucking love Mortal Kombat now. And then I wanted to play MKX when it came out, and sure enough, dude, I kept playing Scorpion.
and I played Sub Zero, and I was an annoying ice ball spamming Sub Zero
Yeah,
against Boodle, but he was also teleport spamming as well
I
too. So
was. Yeah, I was getting mad at you. I remember that one time I was at your house, and I was like, dude,
yeah,
urgh.
yeah, because I was like, dude, let me play Scorpion once, and you're like, no, I don't want you to.
Yeah, yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, because basically you're doing the teleport spam, and I'm like, dude, I could beat you with Scorpion
Mhm.
using Scorpion.
Yeah,
So we did a battle with the Scorpions. I had to like dress differently and just
yeah,
to
just to help us out. Yeah, I'm trying to like.
um,
There we go.
but I whooped his ass. So
Dude, listen. I'm not, I'm not good at Mortal Kombat anymore, but a game I did get pretty good at was Dragon Ball Fighters, which it is a pretty legit fighting game, and that
Yep.
was just because James was like getting really good at it, and I had to get good at it a little bit. So I know how to play fighters a little bit. Um, I'm just not good at them. I like Tekken a lot. I grew up on Tekken, dude, but I've
dude,
just
Tekken and Soul Calibur are like my
yeah.
favorite. And see, what sucks is like after Soul Calibur 4, the game just was never the same. Like it just went from like so teen standard T for teen standards. Like I guess they got dumbed down like more with like
Mm,
the years through the years because like in Soul Calibur 3, like you're hitting people and blood was coming out and shit like that. And I
yeah,
mean, it wasn't no gore, but you're still getting blood.
yeah,
Well, in the new Soul Calibur games, no blood comes out, you know,
yeah.
and it and they've dumbed down like the move pools too. Like I remember
Hmm.
with Young Sung in Soul Calibur 2,
Yeah.
which was like my favorite character. I knew that motherfucker was like so good, but then again, I knew everybody so good, like Astaroth, fucking Volvo,
Dude, I
or
don't even know
Voldo,
these
sorry,
characters.
Voldo. I said
Volta.
Volvo. Let's see, Mitsurugi, Yoshimitsu,
I know him
because
because
he
he's
was the
from
Soul,
Tekken, dude.
yeah, he was the Soul Calibur character.
Yeah.
Um, Hachi was a Soul Calibur character too,
There you go.
like for a crossover.
Damn. Okay.
Um, Yeah, and just there was a bunch of like really cool characters in there. Like
Mm.
my favorite character is Maxie, and he does he has nunchucks, but
Oh yeah,
he's like a wretched human, right?
yeah.
So he's very like, I'm so posh.
Yeah,
Nobody can beat me, you know.
that's crazy.
But yeah,
Um,
Maxie was one of my favorites.
yeah. Well, we're about like an hour into it.
Well, okay, well, cool. I think that's about all I
This
got,
this is
really.
honestly went a lot better than I was expecting it to.
Yeah, we're just epic like that,
Yeah.
dude.
Hopefully next week we'll be back to the normal stuff though, because I mean it ain't the hanging out podcast without everybody being here, you know.
Yeah, we'll call this one the Nerdcast.
Yeah, I was thinking about making a logo that's like different than what I put on here, like right there. I was gonna put I was gonna like put an X over it and put Boodlecast.
The
Yeah.
Boodlecast.
I was
Dude,
like, nah, I'll just keep it the same.
so, well, you got the intro, so
Yeah,
I'll
you
get the
get the outro,
outro.
dude.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our episode of the Hanging High podcast. Um, if you wouldn't mind, go give us a follow on our Twitter pages.
Dude.
Our links are in the description. We got link trees. Every
Mhm.
one of us, Boodle got a link tree. I got a link tree. Hannah got a link tree. Go give us a follow on all of our socials.
Mhm.
We love you. You guys are beautiful. And as always, it's your friendly neighborhood mother lover, and we are signing
I
off.
was gonna say, I don't know if you could see it on your end. Probably not, Jacob, because I'm recording. I'm stupid. I have our Twitter ads at the top showing us, so you know if you want to follow us on Twitter. But yeah, other than that, dude, it's your boy Big Sexy. I'm about to go bust a fat pee after this. What about you,
I'm about
Jacob?
to go. You'll have to cut it out, but I'm gonna have to go shit.
Dude, he's gonna go shit. I'm keeping it in. All right. Well, that was the Hanging Out podcast. You guys have a
Thanks,
great one.
guys.